like money. This love of a Lord, I'm into that. I'm good to go. I'm down, you know I go. Let's go. With the little funky sound, light it up like dynamite. Whoa, bring a friend, join the crowd. Whoever wanna come along. Word up, talk, just move up. Ain't it that? Feel say I get it lit. Stay in the sun where I find I know it's hard sometimes. Pieces of peace in the sun's peace of mind. I know it's hard sometimes. Yeah, I think about the end just way too much. But it's fun to fantasize on my enemies who wouldn't wish who I was. But it's fun to fantasize. Oh, I'm falling, so I'm taking my time on my ride. Oh, I'm falling, so I'm taking my time on my ride. Taking my time on my ride. I die for you, that's easy to say. We have a list of people that we would take. A bullet for them, a bullet for you, a bullet for everybody in this room. But they don't seem to see many bullets coming through. See many bullets coming through. Metaphorically, I'm the man, but literally, I don't know what I do. I live for you, and that's hard to do. Even harder to say when you know it's not true. Even harder to write when you know it's tonight. There were people back home who tried talking to you, but then you ignore them still. All these questions that fall me like, oh, would you live for me? Would you die for me? Would you ever give? I'm falling, so I'm taking my time on my ride. I'm falling, so I'm taking my time on my ride. Taking my time on my ride. I've been thinking too much. 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 Help me. I've been thinking too much. I've been thinking too much. I've been thinking too much. Help me. I've been thinking too much. I've been thinking too much. I've been thinking too much. I'm falling, so I'm taking on my ride. I'm falling, so I'm taking my time. Taking my time on my I'm taking my time on my ride. I'm taking my time. I've been thinking too much. Help me. I've been thinking too much. Help me. I've been thinking too much. I've been thinking too much. I've been thinking too much. Help me. I've been thinking too much. I've been thinking too much. I've been thinking too much. Help me. Just gonna stand there and watch me burn. That's so.
Just a touch, baby. I look around, see the city's cold and empty. No one's around to judge me. I can see clearly when you're gone. And I said, ooh, I'm blinded by the lights. No, I can't sleep until I feel your touch. I said, ooh, I'm drowning in the night. Oh, when I'm like this, you're the one I trust. I'm running out of time, 'cause I can see the sun light up the sky. So I hit the road in overdrive, baby. Oh, the city's cold and empty. No one's around to judge me. I can see clearly when you're gone. And I said, ooh, I'm blinded by the lights. No, I can't sleep until I feel your touch. I said, ooh, I'm drowning in the night. Oh, when I'm like this, you're the one I trust. I'm just gonna to let you know. I can never say it on the phone. They'll never let you go this time. I said, ooh, I'm blinded by the lights. No, I can't sleep until I feel your touch. I said, ooh, I'm blinded by the lights. No, I can't sleep until I feel your touch.
Baby, I don't feel so good. 6 words you never understood. I'll never let you go. 5 words you never say. I laugh alone like nothing's wrong. 4 days has never felt so long. If 3's a crowd and 2 was us, 1 slipped away. I just wanna make you feel okay. But all you do is look the other way. I can tell you how much I wish I didn't wanna stay. I just kinda wish you were gay. Is there a reason we're not through?
Is there a 12-step just for you? Our conversations all in blue, 11 haze, 10 fingers tearing out my hair, 9 times you never made it there. I ate alone at 7, you were 6 minutes away. Am I supposed to make you feel okay? When all you do is walk the other way. I can't tell you how much I wish I didn't want to stay. I just kinda wish you were gay to spare my pride, to give your lack of interest an explanation. Don't say I'm not your type, just say that I'm not your preferred sexual orientation. I'm so selfish, but you make me feel helpless, yeah. And I can't stand another day. Stand another day. I just wanna make you feel okay. But all you do is look the other way. I can't tell you how much I wish I didn't want to stay. I just kinda wish you were gay. I just kinda wish you were gay. I just kinda wish you were gay.
Commitment shown by the players, absolutely amazing so far in Hero CPL 2020. And I mentioned Hero CPL being committed to the Black Lives Matter, a campaign that is important to address racial inequality, colorism, all issues that require all of us to be committed for the greater good, to effect positive change, and to keep the conversation going. So congratulations to Hero CPL, to the players, to the officials, and all of us up here for supporting that cause.
100%. It really is a massive global issue and not be ignored. And need in this place. Brian Charles Lara, Academy Oval, and it really is looking a treat. Ground staff have worked feverishly to get this up. Here we are. First semi, first ball, let's have it. Slide of the ground ball that Blackwood will know's coming. It's going to be so on your toes. And can Jamaica pull out a special performance here and upset TKR. Big shout already. And toes as arm balls are curving and dipping.
Face off the ball, Akil Hussein using the wind blowing across from left to right. Inward movement from the left arm spinner as against turn away from the right hander. And again, on the flip side, Tallahwas opting for Glenn Phillips and Jermaine Blackwood to open the batting, because they've been exceptional in recent times. 2 innings, they've produced 135 runs at an average of 67.5. Two 50s as well opening. Castle, first wicket. And then the Rado celebration and the Night Riders. They draw first blood.
Blackwood. Yeah, you just sense, can't you, with that arm ball coming back with a lovely curve and dip. First blood to those in red and black. Oh dear. Blackwood without scoring, and Tallahwas 0 for 1.
Let's go there, boys.
Well, life can be full of surprises. Here is the teenager, Najib Rahman from Afghanistan.
Come on, boys.
He's out here in the power play. Fascinating. Spinning specialist up against his opposite number, but with bat in hand. Oh, and a check, yeah. Mr. Pollard. Funny that, yeah. In your face, KP.
Oh, boys,
You had to hit that one too, like Jermaine's.
Spoke about that arm ball coming into the right hand as against going away. Blackwood taking his eyes off the ball, hitting him down the wrong line. Akil Hussein on point.
Oh, just about a double wicket, mate. How did that miss? After one, it's none for one. Just watch this curve. Oh, missed by what? Less than half an inch. Okay, just a couple for Jamaica. I do love a day game. Deck square. This is the strip that we're on. It's going to be Spin Twins. It's my old mate, Joey Pierre, because we care. Let's see that he's arm ball. First run for Jamaica. It's the hustling Glenn Phillips.
Paddy Morrison, I'd like to make a point about TKR and their approach with the ball. This Jamaica Tallahwas 11, no player bats left hand. So that right-handedness being exploited by the Night Riders with the left arm spinners. Gone. Another wicket. An important one. The informed Glenn Phillips.
Oh, the look says it all from Phillips. Head down, dejection to the max. So key for Jamaica here. It's bounced a bit. Oh yeah, good bounce. Muhammad Ali Khan, straight in the pouch. Celebrations again for TKR. 2 down straight away. Horror start for the Tallahwas. He goes for just 2, and look at the score. 2 for 2.
Here we are, lads. Here we are, boys. Come on, boys. Here we are, lads. Come on, boys. Come on, bang here, lads. Come on, lads. Here we are, boys.
Cooper Bonner. He's another right-hander. Incredible step there. Darren Ganga from you. 1 left-hander in the entire 11. Sturb. Oh, again, watch that arm ball, gentlemen.
Second wicket, Glenn Phillips and tried to place that shot. He just got started in his innings, then he departed. Also felt there was an opportunity to consider Nicholas Curtin, who's the only left-handed specialist batsman in this Tallahwas squad. Didn't speak about the importance of having left-handers and right-handers in your batting lineup. It's because of this. Teams could exploit that sameness, the taskman that you have in the cricket. The attention to deep.
Really is underlined here. Incredible. No left-hander at all in the 11.
Come on there, boys. Here we are, lads. Here we are, boys. Here we are, Loki. Come on, Loki. Bang here, kids. Come on, lads.
Openers have been blown away. Now you've got the Jeevers, this pinch hitter, and they've already used up 2 overs very quickly because the spin twins are on. Left arm orthodox. Akil Hussain and Carrie Pierre. Extra bounce that got rid of Phillips on show. On this finals pitch. It's nicely played. Waited for it. Gave it to Mir. It's a delightful stroke. It's the first boundary here, the first semi.
Hanging back there, lads. Hanging back there.
That's a very classy shot from Nkrumah Bonner. Didn't try to overhit it. Understood that that ball was shaping into him, and he waited to get it off the middle of the bat. And it was more about timing, not muscle.
Class stroke. Hello. There's the first one. Kieron really tried to rip, and it did grip and bounced. Oh, yes, sir. Yeah, not all arm balls, but all verbals from the skipper. That's a roll-up single, good stuff. Let's see what Majib has got on offer. He's clearly being sent in to do a job in the power play.
Kieron Pollard at the toss spoke about the even radius at this facility, 67 meters all the way around. Today, because we're using the center pitch, strategies will need to be shaped around that fact. So no longer there's a larger side that you can bowl to and ask batsmen to hit into that area. Gone. Unfortunate, unlucky for Mujib. Getting a fine edge, ricochets onto the pads and just loving to first slip.
Third one down already. Cheeky little reverse swipe. Oh, good catch. The DJ floating through the air. More celebrations, more fun for TKR. Majid out of here for an egg as well. 10 for 3. Now, that glaring stat, you lose 3 inside the power play, you tend to come second. Tend to, I say. It doesn't necessarily paint the complete story. But here's Asif Ali. Not right on those shoulders. Coming to Pakistani, but he too is right-handed. Yeah, lots of faces in the tallahwas dugout. Lots of cheer and vibe inside that circle from TKR. Arm ball, one that grips. Well down, just a little slider. You gonna get it?
And the glove, I reckon, onto the pad. Bravo, showing good anticipation at first slip, diving forward.
Oh! Beauty to finish. Give it 3. That's Robin Powell's down on that scorecard next, but certain Andre Russell. I think your best players facing the most deliveries. Bowie. To Nens. Yeah, it's wonderful to see plenty of Andre Russell in this first set.
Just wanted to finish my point I was making about the evenness of the field. Because of that fact, I reckon the win factor will have a higher weighting. You still want to hit with the win as against away from the win. There's not a lot of win at the moment, but that's a factor that Pollard will take into consideration. So too should the tallahwas batsman. Maybe the Eldorado Skycam can tell us a little bit about the wind and how strong it is at the moment. Taking flight.
Nothing like Wellington. Aotearoa. Not getting much this day, so he can't do anything. Yeah, that was 30. Oh, he's everywhere. Bravo. Yeah, just a little flutter, isn't it? Skycam, weave in between those. Oh, hello, top edge. There's a bit of luck going. Tallahwas. Pick up a scratchy brace.
Using the sweep shot to good effect. Nkrumah Bonner. He's played a couple so far in the innings. Floyd Reefer, a left-hander.
I knew you'd get that. Red bag. Throw the kit on, coach. Skipper, Pollard, he's just tweaking the field just slightly. We'll reload that one. It's a shocker from the Frenchman.
Rain discipline from Carrie Pear. Usually he is very accurate, his control immaculate. Just pushes this one down the leg, side foot. Doesn't get his gloves close to it as well.
Bonner, can he boom this one? 7 off, 1 to go. Oh, and he has. Just couldn't read it and feel it. Wanted to finish this off. So 11 from the 4th. It's 21 for 3.
Waited, opened that front foot so that he can get that back coming through to hit straight. Bonner becomes crucial to this tallahwas team with the departure of Glenn Phillips. Spoke about Nkrumah Bonner and the void he has to fill upon the departure of Glenn Phillips. Both Phillips and Russell, they've accounted for 46% of all runs scored by the Jamaica Tallahwas in Hero CPL 2020. That's massive, significant.
He's gone downtown as well, like Bonner did. Pitching wedge, but his feet might have been touching with the contact with the ball. We're going to have a little look upstairs, I reckon. Let's have a look at this. But lovely stroke.
I reckon that's for on making contact with the ball while the leg had already pushed into that advertising board. Kieron Webster, good effort, but not good enough to prevent the boundary.
Yeah, I think you're right, DG. I think he knew it too. There's the one. Convict Mr. Webster. Evidence. Naughty. Confirmation. So again, good start to an over from a batter in the semi. Ended well from Bonner here. There's just following on with a little bit more here. Some stroke play. Webster's back at long off now. Oh, there you go. There's this bounce that is happening here in the first semi at Lara. Holy.
As easy as you like. Gifting another tallahwas wicket away. Asif Ali. That's unacceptable for an international player. It was wide. There was length on that delivery. Had all the time in the world to place it, but only found the safe pair of hands. Presented by Kieron Pollard. Ali goes for 4. It's 25 for 4 now.
Come on, boys. Here we go.
He's the captain, Rodman Powell. 73. It's an aggregate, not for good reading. Side in this first semi-final at 25 for 4. Custard comes to mind. Those shares.
3 for 9 so far, Akil Hussain. Has spun a lot of his deliveries. But he's done well.
There's that bounce. There it is again. Yeah, we saw it. Very similar dismissal to Glenn Phillips. Turn and bounce away from the right-hander. Didn't go up and over or keep it down. Yeah. Keeper and slip liked it. I think they thought it was jam, pad, then bat. Seifert definitely liked it.
What he's done, he's created indecision by his ability just to turn one ball to show the batsman that there is a degree of turn on this surface. So you're not sure if to play for that ball arming in or the one going away.
Hence Pollard in commentary from him. Yep, that's what he shows you. There's the other one. Well, Dave Agnew said to me it'll have everything. A little bit of bounce, a little bit of turn, a kiss off the pitch for the quicks. Haven't seen any quicks yet. I've almost hit 5 overs. Oh, beaten comprehensively. Had 5 here, and it's 25 for 4.
In deep introspection, Dre Russ. He can change a game, he can win a game off his own back. Tallahwas will remain hopeful once this man, Andre Russell, is still available to them with the bat. 200s against the franchise that comes from Trinidad and Tobago. But TKR will feel that he can win a game on his own back as well. Narayan's back. Missed the last few games. Only played 4 this season. Short leg in.
Oh, lovely that, man. Lovely that.
Morning, Tom Moody. assess this battle for me with Narayan into the equation.
Yeah, good morning, Ian, and good morning to all our viewers. Well, the situation is pretty bleak if you're a tallahwas fan at this stage. You quite rightly highlight the fact that whilst Russell is still in the dugout with pads on, ready to come in, the game is far from over.
Come on, lads. Come on, boys.
What a luxury TKR have got when they've got two left-arm spinners doing the job with the new ball, and it allows the class of Narayan to come in behind that. Normally Narayan is leading that role and that impact in the power play overs, but the work's been done. He's coming on top of that.
It's a good shot from Nkrumah Bonner. One of the challenges for Bonner that he'll want to correct today, it's not so much of a problem of the runs that he's scoring. He's had starts. His tempo needs to be better to get into the Dream 11. Fans can log on to dream11.com or download the app to make your choices. Could be Rodman Powell as well.
He was lucky to get away with that. He's lucky to mistime it so badly. Fell well short of deep mid-on, who came in from the boundary. Yeah, let's don't forget about Rodman Powell. We know what he's capable of doing. He's yet to shine in this Hero CPL, or this edition. It's a perfect opportunity for him as the new captain of this franchise to pull a rabbit out of his hat. Put together a match-winning performance. He's got the capability, he's got the skill. But can he do it on the back of minimal runs?
Oh!
End of the Guardian Life power play. 6 overs gone, 28 for 4. Wonderful day here in South Trinidad. I like to think in Trinidad as a whole, the sun is shining. When we left Port of Spain this morning, it was glorious. Confirmation of that power play Guardian Life. The Bonner strike rate this season has been 93. He's making an effort as Fawad Ahmed comes into the attack. Bonner to try to get his tempo going early. The good thing about T20s is that you can play with a certain sense of freedom. Like that. Nice shot. And with the boundaries equidistant from the middle, you get value for your shots all around the ground today.
Nicely played. This wasn't that short. Managed to get deep in his crease, which allowed him enough time to get on top of the bounce and cut that away. Fawad Ahmed won't mind that. He's got a slip in place.
Oh!
And that's why he won't mind it. Because it brings the keeper, the slip in play. When the ball is not that short, there is that risk attached to it.
Oh, right, go fast, go fast.
Good running, tools are available. They haven't always been good players rotating the strike for Tallahwas this season.
Let's stop here, lads. Come on, boys.
But they've got, as you said, Tom, that dot ball percent.
Yeah, out of all the 6 teams, they're the highest dot ball percentage. Now, their team is geared for power hitting, for hitting boundaries. And as it's been touched on in the previous stint by Darren Ganger and Danny Morrison, they're all geared as right-handers too.
One.
So they're comfortable too, which is quite remarkable, really, when you think about it, that you would, in a tournament, set your squad up, particularly your batting lineup, up with so little options with left-right batting combinations, because we've seen that being so important, particularly against spin. A good over, 9 coming from it. It's 37 for 4.
Blackwood went in Hussein's first over. Phillips went cheaply. Mujib surprisingly coming in at 3. Asif Ali, after a decent start to the tournament where he got 47 against the Zooks, has fallen away dramatically. Not going well, 26 or 24.
Oh!
Hard to pick at that pace from that length.
It's also hard to pick when Narayan is hiding the ball behind his hip. It's a new delivery he's developed over the last 18 months, I'd say nearly 2 years, where he hides the ball. He's got 2 different ways of doing it, showing it on the left, and that's how he has bowled for the last 10 years or so. But the one on the right, he just tucks it behind his hip so the batsman has no clue as he's coming in. And that's through a misfield, and it should run away for a all-important boundary.
Ali Khan, and I reckon that the Knight Riders have given away maybe about 12 runs minimum so far this morning. 5 wides by Carripier, a couple of misfields that have gone to the boundary. Webster got his feet onto the boundary while pulling the ball back.
With Narayan hiding the ball like he has developed over the last 18 months, it makes it very, very difficult for the batsman. We talk about how important it is to try to read the ball out of the spinner's hand, but if you're not getting any cue at all before the ball is delivered, it makes it doubly hard, particularly against a mystery spinner like Narayan. Have another look at that split screen, and just hopefully you'll appreciate sitting at home how tricky it must be for the batsman when you've got such a clever bowler like Narayan asking questions constantly to whether it's going to turn into your stumps or turn away or go straight on. So
This is his normal delivery. So you get half a chance from a batting perspective in the load up to be able to look to where the fingers are positioned on the ball. Here, you're getting absolutely nothing until the ball arrives on top of his head. Nicely worked into leg. For one to complete the 8th over, it's 42 for 4. See the ball just swivel in his fingers just before he loads it up to deliver it. It's a real skill, the way that the ball can just move around the Ryan's hand before he delivers it. Once he decides what ball he's going to bowl or what ball he's not going to bowl.
Wickets to fall, starting with Blackwood, then Phillips, uncharacteristic of him, and Mujib. Some contention as to whether Mujib actually hit it.
Lovely boys.
4th wicket to go down with Asif Ali.
Yeah, which is a very similar dismissal to Phillips. Both looking to cut the ball square of the wicket, not getting on top of the bounce, not reading the bounce on this new surface. Keel Hussain, quite brilliant in his spell, partnering his very good friend Kerry Pierre at the other end. It's been a very, very dangerous combination, particularly when you're lining up, as we've touched on, with all right-handers. It's just easy for them to run through with their left-arm spin.
It's good for Kieron Pollard to get off strike there, because he's had his problems against Googly and against left arm spin as well. Zahir Khan in the last game, and I think one of the leg spinners got through him one game previously with Googly. I think it was Forward himself. Pollard's playing well. Coming off a first-class season where he scored over 500 runs at nearly 60. A List A tournament last year where he scored over 350 runs at 57. Went on that tour to England, so his form is good. He's been working out with the West Indies team, and it's just about his pace of scoring. Quantity is good. Here's the battle again.
Excellent running. Yeah, your point about Bonner, obviously he's coming into the tournament with some good form domestically, but what's been impressive so far in his innings is that he doesn't seem to be fazed by what the scoreboard's telling him. 4 down. Quite a lot of batsmen can become very conservative because of what's happening on the scoreboard, but he seems to be quite free. Quite free of mind and quite free with his stroke play, which is really important for them to continue to keep the runs ticking over as they dig themselves out of this hole.
Come on, Fuzzy. Come on, lads.
So good he is, and what good touch he's in. 50 comes up for the Tallahwas, 52 for 4.
Ahmed just dragging this one down a little bit short, and Bonner has got his eye in. He's familiar with the pace and bounce on this surface. Jumps all over it. Pierces the gap in the deep.
Fouls keep coming onto the field, and I totally get it. A couple of the reserve players have gone on at the end of each over recently with a towel, with drinks. We were doing our build-up out there this morning, and it was fuming hot. So the stamina required to run between the wickets, even for a short game like this, is tremendous.
This is where your fitness and your endurance comes in, all those hard yards that you do in the gym, on the training track. Nicely worked wide of mid-on. Continue this, picking up those twos and the ones with the odd boundary. They may just find themselves in a good position to really launch in those back 8 overs.
They've got one of the best to come at launching in that time, Andrew Russell, with a tremendous record. Averages 56 against locally based franchises from Trinidad and Tobago. And Powell, if he gets in, can destroy it. So Bonner can do that work to secure things while taking over. Sort of where I looked at the Ruston chasings the other day, and it proved to be on the winning side. But I think when you are taking over and securing and then pitches being equal, that's a caveat. I think you've got to go at over 100 strike rate. The better the pitch, the higher that strike rate has to be, even if you're holding up an end. Good comeback in the over. Just 3 off it. Halfway mark. We're 55 for 4 on time for the Angus Tour LLB drinks break.
Okay, guys. That's drinks, everyone. That's drinks.
55 for 4. The Angostura LLB drinks break. It's a gorgeous part of the world here. I do love coming to TNT. To an island location, Trinidad and Tobago, steel pans, beaches, waterfalls. Oh, I'm missing it. I want to get back out on the boat. Cut loose again. But of course we can't because COVID-19. Missing all of this culture. Sunsets in the steel pans. And of course the sponsor's product flowing nicely. Visit Trinidad, go to that hashtag. Well, we've got one of the tourists with us. He's on holiday here, Colin Monroe. Hunters, what I say, how's that wrist treatment?
Yeah, it's pretty much the same as it was a couple of days ago. So now it's not, but yeah, very disappointed not to be out there with the boys playing a big match. This is what players play for. But you know, obviously I've got some experience playing in finals, so just try and pass on what I can to the younger boys. It's great to see our Kiel getting an opportunity and bowling really well again.
Carrying us over, I want to also think about picking your brains about the opposition with no left-handers. You know, you're a left-hander. Fascinating. I'm going to ask you, I've never seen playing 11 with not one left-hander.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. And to see at 3, I think that's why he's a bit like me. He bats the other way around more often than not. So that was probably to try and bring in some left-hand element. But yeah, it's not. Well, it's probably the first time in a long time that I've seen no left-handers in the starting 11.
I was thinking the 21st century must have been something in the DNA. There's an incredible amount of left-handers, it seems to me, in the last 20 years in the modern game. It's fascinating. And of course, the professor alongside, Samuel Badwood, being the teacher extraordinaire, I want you to find that stat out. I want you to find out in the last 20 years how much left-handedness there has been around, right? Can you do that?
I take that as a challenge, Danny, to get that information. But you're right, you're absolutely right. You look at global cricket franchises around the world, they sort of build their team ensuring that we have that balance. So it's a little bit strange to see this Jamaica tallahwas in terms of assembling a squad and not factoring that, especially knowing the fact that they're going to be playing in spin-friendly conditions against the bowlers like these. So it's something that will come under the microscope. A post-mortem is done of this tournament. So it's been brilliant bowling by Kieron Pollard. Initially with the new ball, he would have tried to get that in swing to the right-handers. He's trying to turn it a little bit more with the older ball. He's been absolutely brilliant. Into his final over, 3 wickets for 12 runs. You can't dream of a better start as a young player in this very powerful franchise.
Couple to go.
Oh, boys, that's very well
Just wonder, over 12, we're going to see some pace. Just in terms of spin and more of it, rightly so. And I look at the line of TKR, mentioned at length the right-handedness of Jamaica. So, Muhammad Ali Khan, Dwayne Bravo, the skipper himself, a bit of medium. Fairly useful figures. 3 for 14 from 4 for a keel. It's 60 for 4.
They're brilliant from Akil Hussain in this semi-final. Look at that stat. Over 17 ducks. Consider that he's bowling a power play. Absolutely brilliant. Setting up things here for the Trinidad and Tobago Night Riders.
Tremendous. It is Keel. Sammy, I think you wish you're still out there, don't you?
Absolutely brilliant. Doing that job for the team on such a big occasion. And that's the good thing about it. He wasn't overawed by this match and the significance of it. Yeah, simply excellent from the young man. Forward Ahmed continues from the southern end. Just want to see a good cricket match, don't you, Danny?
100%. Spinners on, short run-ups. Ask you about Superman. I know it's so much about reputations. You don't want to play the name, and everyone goes on about you play in the team. But surely discussions around Andre Russell prior to this match. Ricochet off the bowler there, got a hand on it. Interesting.
Yeah, we've spoken at length about Kieron Phillips, obviously another young player that's come here and dominated the CPL for a number of years, but then Andre Russell, in this format of the game, it just takes one player to take it away from you, and he can bat for 5 or 6 overs and take the game away. So for us, it's obviously we can't just bowl to one side like we did the game before, because I think it's 67 metres the whole way around. So for us, it's just about planning and executing where we want him to hit the ball. And we know he's going to hit great shots where we've got our fielders, but we can live with that because he's a world-class player.
Let's cloth this. Not got all of it. Yeah, no, I think you think, oh, maybe philosophy too, spin, pace off the ball against some like Dre Russ.
Yeah, I think especially early on in his innings, when he's still trying to find the pace of the wicket and which way the ball's turning, anything like that's really, really good.
Yeah! Chucked it on. There's another one. Colin Monroe's out of his chair, losing it. Half the side out, and they've only got 63 on the board.
Yeah, that googly once again from Fawad Ahmed. How many times have we seen this in Hero CPL? Just sharp turn back into the batsman and completely outfoxed. And look at that. That's exactly what he was playing for. The end of Nkrumah Bonner for 41, a well played 41, 63 for 5 now. $63 for 5, the Jamaica tallahwas, and out steps the big man, Andre Superman Russell. He's done this on many occasions for different teams. He's done it against the Trinidad and Tobago Knight Riders particularly well on 2 occasions, scoring centuries against them. His 2 T20 centuries against the Trinidad and Tobago Knight Riders in 2016 in a playoff match, knocked them out in 2018 at the Queen's Park Oval, 100 and a hat-trick. So he has that memory in the bank, and Kieron Pollard, I'm sure, is reminding him of that. Absolutely phenomenal. Come at the hour, come at the man.
Oh, very friendly. Thank you, forward. That's a bounce, isn't it? Good bounce here too, Sammy.
Good bounce, good turn. Hence the reason why Trinidad and Tobago Knight Riders have used spin bowlers all the way through so far in this innings. Ali Khan is there, DJ Bravo's there. We haven't seen them just yet.
Fraction over tossed here in the last couple. Forward doesn't done at 65 for 5. Sorry, reading in a semi-final. top three, couldn't get going. Shame for Phillips, he's had a really good tournament consistency-wise. Half the side out. There's still 8 overs to go. Dre Russell out there. Dre Russell. Just as we were asking, we've got to wash our hands. This COVID landscape, a little bit of life buoy. Give it a squeeze, give it a puff, rinse off. Life buoy. All about the life buoy. Here's the life buoy. Here's the first time in the semi where there's a bit of pace on the ball. Russell's not facing. Captain is. Yeah, Pollard and that banter he has with his opposite star players. There's Darth Vader with 55 on his back. Just gets in your space, and there you go. Love it. I think you guys love this too, Colin. You get someone like that. There's larger-than-life characters, and he just brings so much.
Yeah, he plays the game really well, Polly. I remember PSL last year, him and I had a run-in, and then he was the captain for me next couple of games.
Okay. Reload.
Yeah, he's always hospitable with the new batsmen when they come to the crease. Of course, the tournament is being played in his backyard. Trinidadian players will have that advantage, so to speak. Home advantage, being familiar with the conditions and the venue. And Colin, such a strong team that you guys have, even though you're injured, it doesn't really impact the performances that we've seen on the field. Everyone, when given the opportunity, really steps up and perform. You look at the young bowlers, you look at even Pravin Tambi, Sikandar Raza, Kieron Webster. When given that opportunity, they have that desire and hunger to perform.
Yeah, I think you mentioned it about the squads being announced or chosen in the draft, and I think the management and Bravo and Pollard have had an outstanding couple of years building the squad, and we've got like replacements. You think Sonny's been out injured a couple of times. Akil's got his opportunity. He's come on. He's done really, really well. Even Django the other day looked really polished for his 15-20 that he got, but he looked like he really belonged out there, which bodes well for the future.
Nice. Thinking too, with that old leg, Dre Russ. Plus, he faced a little bit of DJ Bravo, a little bit of byplay, a bit of banter. Pollard's there at wicket. So we'll just see all he's got. Any words of wisdom? No, he's just having a chat. The line back. Well, Colin Monroe, I hope for the sake of entertainment, Dre Russ starts fatting it to all parts and get on with it. Nice, Brent.
Well, me and you, Danny, we're on the total opposite end of the spectrum. I'd love to see the back of Russell very, very shortly. So I know the most fans in Jamaica would love to see him go on, but I'd love to see the back of Russell very, very soon.
Jeez, you're greedy, Colin. 5 already. Robert Bowley really has struggled. 19 deliveries for 13. Missed that as well. Missed out on his legs.
And Colin, is there a little bit more pressure on you guys, the way you've dominated this tournament, haven't lost a game, that many people just expect you guys to turn up and win this? So is there an additional pressure from that standpoint?
I think that's probably been one positive about the bubble, that we haven't had that external pressure from fans or the crowd when you're going off, you know, people telling you you've got to go all the way this year. We know it. We want to for the people of Trinidad and, you know, towns are tough out there. So if we can give them some sort of time to celebrate over a cricket match and CPL, then it goes a long way.
A little over there. It's 68 for 5. Now, can they get the 130 plus? Geez, you've got to hope so. It's possible. Andre Russell at the crease. Skipper, you just hang around and rotate the strike if you can. Back to this guy as much as possible. Here's a battle. Oh. Good luck, Dre Russ.
Brilliant delivery, full stop from Sunarain. These two Kolkata Knight Riders teammates. So there's a underlying battle here as well.
We thought about it. Lindell, too slippery there.
They're not giving Andrew Russell that opportunity to swing his hands, not giving him that freedom, that width. Has to be very careful, Andrew Russell.
And he's going to go. You're kidding. Batsman is furious. But the finger has gone up, and Dre Russell has to go back to the pavilion here. Filthy.
And this is a big blow, a big blow for the Jamaica tallahwas. Their talisman, Andrew Russell, not happy with this decision. But elation for the Trinidad and Tobago Knight Riders. Dwayne Bravo once again in that position, that slip position. Not much of an appeal there from Dwayne Bravo. And Andrew Russell, disappointment for him. When he goes without an impact in this match, Russell goes for 268 for 6.
He's still disappointed, Andrew Russell, as he walks back to the dressing room. And that's a huge blow for this team. Carlos Brathwaite, well, a lot of responsibility on his shoulders now.
King Carlos, Brathwaite. No, Superman couldn't do it. Can Carlos be? And Ricky. Hopefully, he's got a few numbers here. And get pull out of the screws. They desperately need him here. Do Jamaica. 68 for 6 and 13 and a half. You've got Sunil Ryan on a surface with a lovely little bit of bounce and a little bit of turn.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Nigel Duguid said, "You're out of here, Dre Russ." I think just maybe top of the thigh, top of the pad.
Yeah, tough decision there for Andrew. So tough decision for the Jamaican tallahwas. Just top of the flap. Bit unlucky, unfortunate really. Oh, such a crucial decision in this contest. They had a 14, 68 for 6.
Come on, boys.
Dre Russell out for just 2 against Sunil Narayan. So now we've got Brathwaite, who's just popped out to join his skipper, Waltman Powell. Yeah, tough gig for Dre Russell. Such a handful. He wants to smother that move and skips down. Does look, it's just at the top of the flap with thigh pad only.
If it's something that you can give to the umpire, a few songs batted in the pad, ball hit in the pad. So he was not sure. I guess in his mind he was sure that it did hit the bat. Nigel Duguid out of Guyana. That's real time. So that's history now. The Jamaica tallahwas, they still need to find a way. Captain Rockman Powell, along with Carlos Brathwaite, international players, they need to put that behind them and try to get up to somewhere around 140, 150, which with their spinners might still be quite competitive. Colin, we see a lot of day games, 10 a.m. games. How difficult is it really to play those games in that heat?
Yeah, very warm. Every time we've played Jamaica, it's been really, really hot. And just running around the drinks before did a lap was very warm. So it is. It's and then the wickets slightly change as well when you come in. You try and look at it; they look the same, but sometimes just play a little bit different. So it takes a couple of balls to get used to. But again, this pitch looks a lot better than the wickets that we played on Lake Queen's Park and even before when the first couple of games of the tournament. So a little bit more time for the groundsman to roll the wicket.
A real shame because got out there and had a look at the 22 yards for the Public Bank pitch check. Mr. Agnew was very pleased with it come up. Score is certainly not underlying that. It should be 170, 180 plus. We've had 15 here at Lara in the first semi. And the tallahwas, thank you, Colin Munro, are 73 for 6. Wonderful figures there. The same 3 for 14. Pierre still got one up his sleeve. He's 1 for 19.
Ahmed leaving the field. Sikandar Raza replacing him. One for 29 is what Ahmed achieved with the ball. Flew away. And he will get a boundary. A welcome boundary for the tallahwas.
Yeah, bottom edge, shooting past Bravo at slip.
Good anticipation by Bravo, but he just fumbled it in the end. Paddle sweep being used to signal Ryan. Bravo was moving across from first slip to that leg gully position, trying to cut the signal. Lloyd Reefer, very glum face. 78 for 6, his team now.
Yeah, there'll be frustration in that dugout in regards to how their innings has unfolded, and the dismissal of Russell wouldn't help. A lot of talk around Andre Russell and his ability to single-handedly manhandle a side, which he has done on a number of occasions against this opponent.
Oh, Sonny!
Adjusted well at the last minute. Brathwaite, conventional off-break coming into the right-hander.
Oh, Sonny.
Narayan into his last over, just completing his spell. 1 for 13 is what he's achieved. Economical as ever. 78 for 6. Narayan, one of 3 spinners in this TKR bowling lineup to complete the complement of 4 overs allocated per bowler. 1 for 13. Akil Hussain was also excellent. 3 wickets for 14 in his 4. As mentioned earlier, Howard Ahmed, 1 for 29 in his 4. So the 3 doing a fantastic job with the ball for the Knight Riders in this semi-final 1 match. Don't forget to 1 for 19 also.
Well, TKR is just taking full advantage of the way that the tallahwas are stacked up with all right-handers. You look at all the spin options they've got there. The perfect options to all those right-handers for the 2 left-arm spinners, the 1 leg spinner, and then the mystery spin of Narayan.
Face off, good running. Would have been out, but Robman Paul already committed for the 2nd run. Brathwaite had no choice but to respond.
Yeah, speaking of being committed, now that is a shot you need to commit to before the ball's bowled. It's a pre-planned shot. Alice Brathwaite wasn't even in the conversation if that hit the stumps.
A bit of a delay at the moment. Robman Paul, the captain of the Tallahwas, requiring some treatment to his hand.
Seems to be some sort of problem with his thumb.
Tallahwas created the right impression from the start. They picked up early wickets. The first, Jermaine Blackwood, laying down the wrong line. And the informed Glenn Phillips chipping this one to short third man. Mujib Senting as a pinch hitter. He departed, caught by Dwayne Bravo. And Safari followed suit. After 6 overs, the Tallahwas, they were 28 for 4. Kumar Bonner was bowled in the dubious decision where Andre Russell was a judge caught in slip.
Yeah, not a healthy batting card at all for the Jamaica Tallahwas. There is still hope with Powell and Brathwaite. Looks like Powell is all okay now. Maybe it was just a little bit of a spasm or cramp in his thumb. He seems to be good to go.
Kieron Pollard should be complimented for the way in which he's used his bowlers, his resources. Spot on with his analysis of the pitch, offering bounce and turn for the spinners. His first 4 bowlers being spin. And his balanced defense with attack. Not afraid to go in that short leg position. Just put a little bit more pressure on a batsman. Also choosing for that offside dominant field. Just 3 fielders through the onside, and Bravo will try to keep that line. Short third man, deep point, a cover point, cover sweeper, and a long off.
This is brilliant bowling. Not the easiest delivery. In fact, it's the hardest delivery to bowl is that perfect Yorker. We've seen so often bowlers just getting it slightly wrong, and batsmen, particularly of the power of Carlos Brathwaite, able to get underneath it and launch it into the stands. But to perfect deliveries, he's looking to bowl that wide length of off stump. He's also looking to hit the front line.
Has also helped Bravo on the TKR. Carlos Brathwaite, he's not been in good form with the bat. Only 47 runs before this run in his previous innings. Has to rekindle some sort of hitting power and form with the bat.
Yeah, we've touched on over the last week or so how challenging it has been for the batsmen that haven't had the time out in the middle to recapture form. They haven't had the time or the ability, because of the unique situation we're in playing in this bubble, the access to nets and get the volume that's required. Makes it all very difficult for those not scoring runs in the middle. 17 gone, it's 82 for 6.
This is the first semi-final, of course. Both teams are playing for this prestigious Hero CPL trophy. The other semi-final at 5:30 p.m. local time. The Warriors up against the Zooks. Sportsmax fan zone, Zoom parties as well, offering a platform for many viewers. Go to sportsmax.tv/CPL 2020 and register, get your link, and enjoy the action. Carripier into his last over. He'll want to finish well.
We're looking to hit that in next week. Head way up into the skies. Just check this out. See his head lifting there, searching for power.
Harris is trying to throw Carripier off his line, using his feet. Made the adjustment in the end. Carripier just pulling the length back. Doesn't settle at all. Carlos Brathwaite survives. Just 4 from the over so far.
But he looks just out of rhythm, doesn't he? And we all know what it's like as batsmen not to have any rhythm to your game. It really feels like the bat doesn't belong to you. It feels like it's also awkward to get the timing and the flow to your game. And on the other hand, when you are on top of your game, you just feel like every shot you play, you cannot make an error. And it goes exactly where you want it to go.
Goes straight and goes big. Hero maximum. The first one of the innings and the day. Rugby for the captain. Can he spark a recovery?
Great shot too. Just a fraction short. Deep in his crease. And launch this straight back over, straight mid off.
This should be taken. Pollard settles. And Carripier strikes for the Night Riders.
Well, we saw the ball before. A brilliant shot. And it was also an extremely difficult shot to play, and that's why we called it a very, very good shot. And again, trying to do the same shot off the back foot, proving how tricky it is to get that timing and power at the same time. Falling 10 metres short of the boundary. Pollard just taking a very, very comfortable shot. So at the end of Powell, he goes for 33. It's 92 for 7.
Rosami Pamal, new batsman for the Tallahwas. 12 deliveries remaining for the Tallahwas to push this total as far as possible. 2 for 7 at the moment. Indecision. Brathwaite was searching for that run. Not quite sure that was on. And he lost his wicket.
It's just incredibly clumsy from the batting pair. Need to be decisive with their running and their shot selection. And that'll be wide.
This is wicket drop from Paul. Very last stage of the tournament, finding a little bit of form. Maybe a little too late for him and the tallahwas.
It's not an easy shot to play, is it? Off the back foot, trying to launch it straight over mid-off. As I said, he did it ball before, and it was an amazing stroke. It shows how difficult it was if I thought it off again.
Many of you supporting the tallahwas might not have expected this. 4 for 7. Still, log on to Dream 11 and pick your fantasy team. Still a few matches to go in this tournament, so please register Dream 11, sponsors of the IPL. Again, finding that field, that point. Bravo. Just 9 runs conceded so far into his 3rd over. Just following suit with what the other bowlers in this Knight Riders team have achieved. Very, very good economy, all of them.
It's always a blessing when your opening bowlers have the impact that certainly TKR have done and take early wickets. It's easier to come in on the back of the pressure of that.
Clean straight hit. Just a single. When you look at the innings as well by the tallahwas, no rhythm, no tempo. It's a lull for new batsmen coming in to ease the pressure away, get themselves in stride, no rotation of strike. That has created that fluency you would expect in a T20 innings.
That'll be wide. One of the reasons TKR would have wanted to field first is because of the unknown of how this pitch would play. So allowing your opponent to explore that first gives you a lot of intel. So when you have your chance to bat, you can then make the adjustments. And one thing that was quite clear in the early overs for the tallahwas was their lack of ability to assess the conditions quickly and adjust their stroke play and tempo of play.
Might just be safe. Miscued shot by Carlos Brathwaite. More timing, getting into the shot too early. Piece off the ball from Bravo, only 93 kilometers per hour. That delivery.
Yeah, an informed Carlos Brathwaite will be hitting that a long way back for 6. He just has no rhythm to his game. He seems to be playing across the ball, not through the line of the ball.
Brilliant from Bravo. 5 runs considered in the over, 97 for 7.
Another perfectly executed Yorker. Bravo putting on a bit of a show here.
Credit to the Knight Riders and their bowling effort, containing the tallahwas, penetrating their batting, wickets falling at regular intervals. Knight Riders proving their quality as a team. Wins from 10 matches in the league stage of Hero CPL 2020, the Knight Riders. And here again, showing professionalism this half of this game. Kieron Pollard leading the charge, and for the first time, Ali Khan will get an opportunity with the ball, and it's the last over of the innings. Full toss, swatted away. 1 hero maximum, 7 fours only in the innings for the tallahwas. Again, Ali Khan, as he's been accustomed doing in this tallahwas unit, bowling at the depth, being clear with his plans to go full, trying to get that ball tailing into the right-hander.
He is accustomed to it, but it's not easy bowling your very first over as the very last over of the innings. Normally, he's used to bowling 1 or 2 in the power play, or maybe 1 or 2 in the middle of the innings. To come in and bowl the last over is a very difficult task. We'll be looking for 2 here. Not going to get it though.
Even nature of the outfield. Just allowing a single. Can the tallahwas get a couple boundaries to end the innings? 100 comes up for them. Another single. Knight Riders very much in control.
Well, a batsman that's set and in at the crease will dispatch that for 4 or 6, and that's the benefit of having someone in at the end of the innings. And there has been a few scoring opportunities that haven't been taken advantage of. You could argue that Carlos Brathwaite's been out there long enough, having faced 18 balls, but his rhythm is just nowhere at the moment.
Dot delivery. Carlos Brathwaite not getting under that one. 12 dots to Brathwaite. Final delivery of the innings. What will it be? Seen quite a number of Yorkers from Ali Khan. Finishes with a flourish. Wanted way many of that one. The tallahwas. Finally, Carlos Brathwaite hit one out the middle of the bat and they get a hero maximum.
Yeah, nicely played, and interesting enough, it was through the line of the ball that gave him the perfect contact, just coming straight through it. A lot better balance, a lot better back pathway through the line of the ball. Enabled him to launch that for 6. It's only a small positive, but it's a nice way for them to finish with a 6, and hopefully, from their point of view, they can carry that momentum into their bowling performance. It's been a disappointing batting performance from the tallahwas, but you've got to give credit to the Knight Riders. They've been on point. Their selection, their balance of their side is very well matched up against this opponent. The left-arm spinners did very well. All the spinners did well. The Ryan back into the side bowled exceptionally well. And Fawad Ahmed also chimed in.
Indeed, the tallahwas will feel slighted with that decision to Andre Russell. It was a crucial time in the game. Decision going in favour of the Knight Riders, but take nothing away from their effort with the ball. From the onset, their spinners, Kari Peer, Akil Hussain, simply brilliant with the ball. Set the tone for the innings, and then the others followed. Howard Ahmed, Sunil Narain, Dwayne Bravo was quite economical. The batting just struggled. Top score 41 from Bonner, and the captain, Robman Paul, 33. No real partnerships throughout the innings for the tallahwas. 38 is what Powell and Bonner achieved. And then the captain Powell and Brathwaite, 24 at the end.
A very efficient bowling performance from the Knight Riders. Hussain bowling exceptionally well. 3 for 14 for him. 17 dots in that. Pierre, the other left-arm spinner, bowling very well as well. 2 for 29. Narayan, tidy as per usual. 1 for 13 off his 4. Fawad Ahmed, just the 1 wicket for 29.
Right, Alex Jordan has a Knight Rider for us.
I do indeed. 107 is the magic number that they managed to restrict the Jamaica tallahwas. And I've got a certain member of the TKR team here. Congratulations, Kari Peer, on a great... How does it feel on this massive game day to come good for your team?
First of all, I want to thank God for the opportunity to come out here today. You know, it feels good. The bowling unit went out there. We set a target. We wanted to go out there and hit our shots some early. Credit goes to Akil Hussain. My brother, I think he bowled well first in the power play. And yeah, all the bowlers put up their hands, and it was a good bowling performance.
Let's talk about your spin twin in Akil Hussain. You 2 for 29, some great figures from him as well. Lavantil, stand up.
Yeah, no, we both came from humble beginnings. That's my brother. I didn't dream that I would be opening the bowling with him in this format. You know, words can express. I'm a bit emotional right now. I'm so happy for him. And yeah, you know, we grew up together, and we just, yeah, words can express how I feel.
And look where you are now. Do you think that it helped that the opposition didn't have a left-hander to turn to? Bowling to the right-handers, did it help you guys?
Well, you know, they have their targets. I think a left-hander, left-right combination will benefit teams going forward. I think, you know, they didn't have it, but I know the batsmen, they fought. But again, really good bowling performance from us, and I was truly thankful to God.
Okay, 107 for the Jamaica tallahwas. It can be tricky to run down small numbers. What do you reckon?
Yeah, very tricky. Once the batsmen go out there and apply themselves, it's a good wicket. Once you go out there and apply ourselves, the batsmen should do it for us.
Yeah, tell me about that wicket. It's a new wicket.
Yeah, it's a good wicket. Some balls spin, but it's a good cricket wicket. Some for the pace, some for the bowlers, and the batsmen could score runs also.
Congratulations, Kari Peer. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Excellent work from Alex Jordan, talking to Kari Peer, the Digicel Highlights bundle. which was expected from the tallahwas when they were sent into bat by Kieron Pollard. Proved to be a good move. First wicket, Shaquille Hussain, Jimin Blackwood was out, and then quickly after, Glenn Phillips departed. And Nkrumah Bonner came in and tried to stabilize the innings. Had a nice boundary on that occasion through cover. Muji promoted. And that didn't work for the tallahwas. He was caught by Dwayne Bravo. It was 5 wides. Bonner kept going, kept getting the odd boundary. Asif Ali also showing a good sign that he wanted to score runs at the start. Then the third wicket for Hussain. Ali cutting straight to the captain, Kieron Pollard. Bonner continued to score for the tallahwas, and he needed support from the other end. Two boundaries behind point. There was a rebuilding happening with Bonner. And then he chopped on. Howard Ahmed accounting for his wicket. Andrew Russell came to the crease, and umpire Duguid gave him caught behind. And when you looked at the replay, his bat was nowhere close to that one. First hero maximum of the innings came off the bat of Rob McFall, the captain, and then trying another one. Went straight to Kieron Pollard. And another wicket for Caribbean. Ali Khan was left to bowl the last over, and off the last ball, Carlos Brathwaite struck another hero maximum. Ben Daly innings break at the halfway stage of this semi-final one. Knight Riders, they will need 108 runs to win to get themselves into the final.
to the sunshine at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy, where the Night Riders have done a very efficient job in semi-final number 1. They have restricted the Jamaica Tallahwas to 107 on the back-to-back Hussein's splendid bowling effort. 3 wickets to the 27-year-old left-arm spinner. There was a rough decision, much to the disenchantment of Dre Ross. Didn't stop the local franchise, though. Disappointing performance with the bat, even if you that contentious decision of Russell 41 to Nkrumah Bonner, but again he went and less than run a ball. His innings petered out in the heat. 33 to Ruckman Powell. He went at less than run as well. Confirmation of Hussein's excellence. 3 for 14. Carried Pierre, left arm spinning 2 for 29, and Sunil Narayan back in 1 from 4. So in order to progress to the final of 2020 Hero CPL, 108 runs needed by the Night Riders. Or for the Tallahwas, they'll have to defend the second lowest total ever defended if they do it in Hero CPL. Let's have a question from the Republic Band fan stand. Dwight.
Of course. So you all are watching all leagues every single day, every time they have a match, right? What are your favorite plays? Tell me about the play that stood out for you thus far in this tournament.
Ooh, Dwight, you can send your question in to the Republic Band social media. First of all, let me just say that is the voice of thunder. That is a voice for radio or television, Dwight. And with reference to your question, over to Samuel Battery.
Thank you very much, Bish. A couple really stand out for me. I think Nicholas Puran's 100. That was magnificent at the Queen's Park Oval, just off 45 deliveries. Remember that at one stage, they lost 3 wickets for very little. And then he came on and really took that game away from the Patriots, who felt that they were in control. But brilliant hitting, good, smart, intelligent play from Nicholas Puran, targeting certain bowlers. Ish Sodhi came in for particularly harsh treatment from the Southpaw, the vice captain of the Guyana Amazon Warriors, and that knock really propelled the rest of the Guyana Amazon Warriors batting. And so that is the one that really stands out so far in this tournament. Of course, we're at the semi-final stage, and performances at this point will be long remembered. If the Jamaica Tallahwas can somehow muster a win here, then it will be nothing short of a miracle. The Trinidad Night Riders, well, they were clinical, they were disciplined, and they did a magnificent job in restricting what was a powerful batting lineup to just 107.
So the Zooks, remember, defended 92 against the Tridents. Amazon Warriors defended 108. 118. 118 against the Tallahwas. Lendl Simmons will be hoping to reproduce the type of form that he showed getting that 96 this season. And Sunil Narayan has been in outstanding form. You know how he will play. It's only one way. But this guy has been in terrific form. I thought his bowling in the last game was special. Don't know if the figures actually confirms how well he bowled against the Zooks. Fast, he swung the ball, he was accurate.
And he's already gotten a few wickets early in the first over in a few matches, and they'll hope, the Jamaica Tallahwas, that is, will be hopeful that he can replicate that. If he can knock over 1 or 2 early, then you just never know. Runs on the board, semi-final contest.
No win. Edwards will shooting. Let's find out if there's any away swing that Edwards. Off the mark, should be more than a couple. Just a couple.
Toppling Chris Gayle as the highest run scorer in CPL history. So he has been very consistent in terms of run scoring throughout Hero CPLs. An opportunity for him to be at the top of the pile. He's such a moody cricketer though. Sometimes he's switched on, sometimes he's not. And you just sometimes frustrated performance. Is such a talented young, and you expect that he will show out performances game after game. You don't think because of a lack of talent, but you think it's because of a lack of application. And for his sake, you want him to do well in this remaining 2 matches.
Having seen what the Zooks and the Amazon Warriors did in defending low totals, it's got to be the same mindset for the Jamaica Tallahwas. You've got to believe that Lamachani, Mujib and Fidel Edwards, not necessarily exclusively them, but that they still stand a chance on this surface. And for the Night Riders, you cannot take anything for granted. We've seen this game be very unpredictable if you don't respect it. And when you've got Mujib to come, Lamishani bowling the way they have this season, chip-ins from Edwards and Brathwaite, Virasamy Kamal, you respect the opposition, respect the game, and be diligent.
World-class spinners in the ranks. You saw bounce and turn when the Trinidad Night Riders bowled. And yes, it's a small score, and you'd expect the Trinidad Night Riders to overhaul this without much fuss. But it's a semi-final. Remember that. You lose, you go home. And stranger things have happened.
Squeezed away for 4. Always really a challenge if you bowl that off stump line at pace with the 2 deep fielders at 5-leg and square leg, maybe trying to bluff him for the short ball.
Yeah, did welcome that. The Trinidad Night Riders just opens the space, knowing that the third man is up. Lindell Simmons.
Touch on this graphic, folks, and I find this interesting since we're talking about the Tallahwas batting and it's right-hand dominant batting line. We'll come back to it next over. More runs for Simmons. Night Riders fans will be cheering in their living rooms, on the jump, wherever the mobile phones are out 10 without loss.
The short delivery overcompensating Fidel Edwards in terms of line from that previous delivery, and helped away by Lindell Simmons down to the fine leg boundary. So a good start for the Night Riders. 10 without loss.
Number 98 required. But here comes the crux of the game. Mujib. Ryan with a long on and a deep mid wicket. Will only look to play one way.
Oh! Some drift and turn. Already from Mujib. Just look how that ball drift in and then bounce and turn. Shot flag goes through. Challenges the boundary. Will it get there? Just about gets there. He's giving us runs as well. So another boundary for the Trinidad Night Riders.
Lovely drift. See the seam up as it's done. It was an arm ball. He's got so much variety. He'll bowl the googly, he'll bowl the carom ball. Now he's got arm ball. Yeah! So often you hear the around in the pub. Gene is brilliant.
That's the start. The tallahwas off the little bit. Look at that ball drifted. Narayan was under the impression that ball was going leg side of him, but just in the air, it came back from leg to off. Excellent piece of bowling there from Mujib. Narayan goes for 4, 14 for 1 the Night Riders.
Kieron Webster replaces Sunil Narayan. Came in to this match on the back of a good knock in the last game. 41, not out. Short legging, so he's under pressure. Watch for the googly.
This is the reason why he's here. A brilliant delivery from Mujib across the line. Sunil Narayan. An El Dorado celebration for Mujib.
Oh! 14 for 1 after 2. Mujib at the top. Rantar here. Scott Kugelheim has been outstanding. As Rick Williams has this growing pain still. Lamishani. Nice mix of bowlers leading Hero CPL with a conversation that has been ongoing about how do we redress the balance of power from the batsmen to bowlers in T20 cricket. And talk has been emanating about allowing the best bowlers to bowl more. I disagree with it. I think it's a simple thing you have to do. Make the pitches more bowler friendly, whether that be spin or seam, and the balance of power will shift. Don't tinker with who bowls what and how many. The game is nice enough as it is. We've seen him not to this extreme. But when the bowlers have something, batsmen have a difficult job.
Ooh. In comes Versami Purmall and the fall of Sunil Narayan, the left-handed Sunil Narayan. So he will feel more confident bowling the two right-handers in Lyndall Simmons and Tion Webster. So he's introduced early into this attack. We saw the Knight Riders use spin for the majority of their innings. Just 3 overs from Dwayne Bravo and a solitary over from Ali Khan, specialist.
Go back to Sunil Narayan dismissal again. And we've discussed this before. The numbers talk about bowling pace, and that's where I go against the usual again. We've seen Narayan be dismissed by spinners in the ball. Zahir Khan last year, for example, Mujib now. His last 2 or 3 international innings for the West Indies. Who got him? Jadeja? Washington Sundar? Spinners. It just depends on the day what you feel works as a captain. Numbers cannot dictate everything. Numbers are a guide. Gets it through. The outfield is running nicely today. Tion Webster gets his boundary.
This is a confident shot from a confident young man. Unbeaten 41 in the last match. Gives himself some room to access that offside as he usually does. And a nice flowing shot through the offside, plays really well and gets his innings off with the boundary. And there has been some conjecture, Bishop, about what you just mentioned in terms of this opposition and perhaps playing O'Shane Thomas. Shot for caught behind just because Sunil Narayan is opening the batting. So many people would have thought that O'Shane Thomas ahead of Versami Purmall to blast Narayan out. But as you rightly said, spin can do the job as well.
Plus Thomas's form, unfortunately for a young man I hold in high regard, and the future of West Indies fast bowling hasn't been good this tournament. More runs, not off the middle. Edwards gives chase. Edwards is only retrieving 23 for 1.
Yeah, with an offer and another boundary. Consecutive boundaries. 2 boundaries and 3 balls actually. 40 on Webster. So not the right line from Versami Purmall. Expensive over in the context of this match.
I'll tell you what I find interesting, folks, Samuel. Leading run scorers in this tournament before this match, and in no way giving a prelude to the outcome. I just found it interesting. This may have changed now. But look at the guys below Glenn Phillips. Glenn Phillips 316, left-hander, 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 left-hander. Kyle Mears is on that list below them, left-hander. 5 of the 6 leading run scorers are left-handed batsmen. And we've talked about the Tallahwas with their right-handed batting dominant lineup. Nothing is wrong with having, as England show with Bairstow and Butler, right-handers as we see now at the crease. If you've got the quality left-hander, it helps a lot. Quality.
Yeah, and that has been debated even before this tournament started in terms of their weakness, if you can call it that, because of the powerful batting lineup that they have and their boundary hitters. One thing was highlighted was the absence of left-handers in this lineup, especially when you come up against opposition who plan, who prepare well. The Trinidad and Tobago Riders knew that, so they went into this match with those left-hand orthodox bowlers. Sikandar Raza, he's been good, but they felt that their best matchup against this team was Akil Hussain and Carripier, and they did the job. So it's not a mistake, or it's not by fluke. The success of this Night Riders team has been well planned, well orchestrated, and well executed.
Last word is critical in execution. You can have all the plans, and you know that you're a 2-time World Cup winner. Execution critical. I'm not sure if I've seen the googly yet from Mujib. It may have come, I didn't notice it. Rodman Powell hovering at that pad. That was a googly, well played. Well played, Kieron Webster. Four overs gone, 30 for 1.
Yeah, another boundary for Kieron Webster, again through that offside. Offside is his strength. He's been predominantly scoring through the offside, and again, he does that. Quickly goes on to 14 from just the 11 deliveries. Kieron Webster, 6 boundaries already in 4 overs.
Number 78 required on 96 deliveries. Sandeep Lamishani will be coming into the attack.
And as you have alluded to, Bish, you've got to throw your trump cards at these guys quite early. It doesn't make sense. This game goes away from you. So bringing on Lamishani quite early in the plot is a good move. In search of wickets, the Tallahwas.
Nice shot, nice camera shot, nice control over the shot from Simmons.
He's just keeping his eyes on this ball all the way through, Lyndall Simmons. Not trying to overhit it. And that was the key. Ensure that he got timing, he got the placement, and another boundary. 7 boundaries already. Oh! In this Trinidad Night Riders innings, and the Jamaica Tallahwas in their 20 overs only scored 7 4s and 2 6s. The Night Riders have matched the 4s already, and we're only in the 5th over.
Oh, Sandeep. So nice, Sandeep. So nice, Sandeep.
Again, I'm just reminding viewers, I only threw out the left-hand, right-hand stat out of interest. It doesn't guarantee anything. You can win games,
Oh,
even as
Sandeep.
Tallahwas dominance, but it helps to have variation. What do you think Simmons is thinking now about this chase?
Yeah, he looks switched on. From those early deliveries, seems as though he wants to get a score. He wants to be there at the end, which is key. And when he's in this sort of mood, he's a dangerous player. And I would like to see him in this mood more often. After we bowl that one, Lamichani, good sharp googly.
Do you know to press his buttons? What motivates him?
I think that's the magical question. If we can find that out, we can get so much more out of this man. Such a talent. So easy. At the end of 5 overs, Trinidad Knight Riders 35 for 1.
Soon on the right. He didn't stay long. Knocked over by this man at the bowling crease now. And I'm feeling for you, Tallahwas fans. I really did want to see some fireworks and a bit of fun had in this first semi-final. It's been illuminating in terms of length that no left-handers at all in the playing 11, let alone you say it'd be nice to have maybe 2 in your top 6. None. I know Tom Moody alongside were back at the combox making coffee and chatting away. Mood, you've got a great stance. This new millennium with the left-handed angles and having some left-handers in your lineup moves.
Yeah, interesting enough, in this edition of the Heroes CPL, 30% of the balls faced up to this game were faced by left-handers. Lifted high and well enough for it to reach the boundary. Not timed perfectly, but it's good enough for a 4.
All going to plan here for TKR. 10 in a row. Of course, the goal is being too far ahead of yourself, making it 12 in a row. With the title with a 100% record. It's what Baz McCullum and Tobago Knight Riders have loved. Well, the power play, that is the Guardian Life power play, is done and dusted. It's 42 for 1. Total control of Knight Riders, just needing 66. Had the power play. As we saw when the Knight Riders were in the field, spin, and more of it. The Lammers. Sandeep Lamichani. You just got that feeling here that the Jamaica, something outrageous has got to happen from a bowler. Chip shot into the gap there. Endel says no. Oh no, he's a misfield. He says, look, an old adage, never run in a misfield, so I can keep the strike.
It's important here that Sandeep Lamachani bowls to try to take wickets, so it's important he gets a lot of turn on the ball and throws it up there.
Here we go.
Yeah, just to expand a bit further about those left-handers, 37% I touched on in 2020 have faced balls faced in this Hero CPL. And that's been a steady increase of left-handers facing deliveries, because it was started in 2013 of 28%, and it's slowly crept up as the years have gone by. And I just wonder whether that's an understanding and appreciation from the think tank of each franchise of the importance of it. Lifted high and wide over mid-on. Hero Maximum.
50 up with this Bosch. Lovely strike. Webster out of the screws. 7 done, 50 for 1. A deflating situation here for Jamaica. Toss one by TKR. Field first. That's a lovely strike. In the zone for him. The length and in the slot. Bosch. Yeah, just on that move. It's interesting, isn't it? You think there's so much more left-handedness. I keep saying in this new millennium, this whole new century, got to have left-handers in your balance. Such a reply.
And in particular, when we're talking about spin bowling, I don't think it's as relevant against pace bowling. I think we need to make that point. You know, I think against pace bowling, yes, it is a challenge to make an adjustment of line if you've got a left-right hand combination. But when you're turning the ball one way or the other, it really is important that you have that difference in your lineup to challenge your opponent, to challenge the captain on the opposite side. Very little decisions to make in his efforts, not taking anything away from his strategic thinking, but he had the perfect bowling lineup with a very predictable batting lineup. Ooh.
And to add to that, a new surface got the bounce. The dismissals of Phillips and then Asavali, very similar. All turn enough, but a bounce. That was the goodie. The spinners have really enjoyed themselves here. That extra bounce here in the surface of Lau. Yeah, again, just gone about it subtly different way here. The pressure on a semi-final. Fair to say, tallahwas are a little out of sorts here. Confidence down, performance is certainly on the down. And then you're into a sudden death semi. Nice service, it's got a bit of pace and bounce. Couldn't make it count. Easy for Webster, he'll keep the strike. 8 done, 52 forward. Cruising the Knight Riders. Little Lumpchani. Webster wants it. Who's our bit fan of the match? Justin Brown downtown, St. Catherine in Jamaica.
Congratulations in the 500
Tallahwas fan, he won't be that happy. He wins the US 500. Watching on his Sports Max Fan Zone Zoom party.
All right, yeah.
Don't watch the cricket, he'll be outside getting some vitamin D with that outfit.
Yeah, just go out and yeah.
Well done, Justin Brown. Put his back out there, Lyndall Simmons. Joe really needs to be attacking the three things sticking in the ground. Dear. Just lost the radar here, Sandeep.
You can tell the wrong one was coming because he bowled those wide leg breaks and he was setting him up for the wrong one. He just got his line wrong. He just needed to pitch that probably about 4 inches outside the off stump, attacking the middle. It's always difficult in this situation too because you can nearly try too hard for wickets instead of just trusting the process of taking wickets. Trying to take or bowl a wicket-taking delivery every ball. And that also can lend to some easy scoring opportunities for the batting pair.
Here we go, the lads, all the way, here we go.
Who are going rather swimmingly. 46 the partnership. 60 for 1 here. It's going to allow Webster to hold on to the strike again. 9 done, 61 for 1. Bit of a shame, really, in terms of this first semi-final. Jamaica haven't bought their A game. Really have struggled a little bit this 8th edition. Snuck into that 4th posse to make it to the playoffs. It's Chadwick Walton, rough time of it. Oh! Holding in. Omar. Stand here with these two be actually thinking, look, little drinks break coming up. Nothing outrageous. Let's just see this off and tick along. If the ball's there, sure. Only 47 required. So yeah, that discussion. Senior pro comes down. Stay here, says Lendl.
creating a nice angle to the right-hander, just drifting the ball in and straightening it, trying to bring his slip and keeper into play.
Two to go. 10 done. Just see it off. And we drink. Hunting a maiden. Oh, that's a peach. That is a beauty. That is a beautiful maiden to finish 10. And it is time for the Angostura LLB drinks break here at 61 for 1.
Yeah, I know.
Semi-final 1, match summary. The tallahwas sent into bat. Only got to 107 for 7. So some excellent bowling by the TKR spinners. Hussein 3 for 14, carry pair 2 for 29. Ryan and Fawad chipped in. The Night Riders comfortably in this run chase, doing what is required in the situation, 61 for 1. Now, we've had a catch a carp for fans in the grounds last year, and we all remember this.
And boom! It is made it! Oh, let's get on the gas! Here's a party! You better believe it! Catch a carrot! King Man! Oh, what a diamond!
And he's got one in his left hand as well.
No, it's all over!
It was simply sensational. Spectator taking a one-hander, drinks safely in the left hand. Fans across the region have been sending in their videos. Will Guy from Nevis has a special video for us. Take a look at this video from Guyana in slow-mo. Wow, amazing reach. The grab collected nicely in the end. Great initiative yet again, engaging the fans in Hero CPL 2020. Will Guy from Nevis is our Catch a Carb winner today. Congratulations, Will. Andre Russell.
Well, they need a miracle. It's good to see Andrew Russell bowling. He didn't bowl in the last few matches that he's played. Look at that hairstyle. Andrew Russell. They need something. They need an inspiration. They need a miracle, really, the Jamaica tallahwas, to get back in this contest. Just 46 needed from 59 balls with 9 wickets in hand. So you really can't see the TKR messing this one up.
Nice machinery, the TKR. This is no different. Hero Honk, title sponsors. Hero of the Caribbean Premier League. Quick single taken, good awareness by Simmons and Webster. Jamaica tallahwas home game. Talking about the island, Jamaica. Beautiful beaches. You can enjoy the best of both worlds. Kingston, capital city. And then you can go to the coastline, Montego Bay, Negril. This river waterfall. Sweetly timed. Will get a hero maximum. An inch closer to this target score.
A shot, from Andrew Russell. And Lyndon Simmons, well, he doesn't need a second invitation to take this one on. Hit it with the wind. Brings up a 50 partnership as well between these two, Webster and Simmons. His first hero maximum of the day. So it's been a brilliant batting display from these two. 55 of just 57 deliveries in a small run chase. That's exactly what you need, your top order to see you home. And Lyndon Simmons, well, this will do his confidence a world of good along with Kieron Webster.
No ball signal by the umpire.
Second short delivery from Andrew Russell in succession as well. Means it's going to be a free hit for Lyndon Simmons. His eyes will be opening up. What will Andrew Russell do to try to restrict him?
No change in the field. Here's Russell. Free hit clipped away. And Simmons will get a boundary. This is proving to be an expensive over.
You're almost Dooney-esque in nature here. Look at that follow through after the shot. Helicopter-like, from Lyndon Simmons. Expecting that full delivery. So just giving himself that room, that depth of the crease to get his hands through the ball. Expensive over. Expensive first over, 13 from Russell.
Goes again. Intentionally hitting it in front of square. There's a fielder on the square leg fence and a long on. End of 11, 76 for 1. Knight Riders' best batting unit in Hero CPL 2020. Before this semi-final match, they only lost 41 wickets. And runs per wicket, the highest amongst all the teams in Hero CPL. 35 runs per wicket achieved by the Knight Riders. Its best 21. Oh! That's how impressive the Knight Riders have been with the bat. So at the halfway stage, Baz McCullum, Kieron Pollard will be very confident of getting these. Only 32 required from 53 now.
And I like to see Tion Webster and Lindell Simmons at the very end. I know it's hot, I know it's scorching, they might be dehydrated, but it's an opportunity to finish off a semi-final contest for your team, for your franchise. Not many times you're going to get these sort of opportunities to get a redding dot at the end.
Spoke about in T20 cricket, the biggest compliment you can give a batsman is that of being a finisher. Lendl Simmons not have achieved it in the previous 10 matches. He had that one big score. It's a real opportunity to be the star with the bat for the Knight Riders. Did you pick Lendl Simmons in your Dream 11 fantasy team? If you didn't, well, you missed out on points. Tion Webster, who's played very well.
Knight Riders chasing perfection this season. They've been dominant throughout the league phase. Dominant here now so far in this semi-final contest. No team ever in the history of Hero CPL has managed to win every single match all the way through.
Dot delivery to end the over. 12 gone, 80 for 1.
Extremely hot out there. Just 20 minutes to 1 local time, so it's absolutely blazing, scorching out in the middle, under that helmet as well, as you can see from Lendl Simmons here.
Knight Riders looking very relaxed. Business as usual for these players. They've not tasted defeat just yet and might not taste defeat in Hero CPL 2020. On course they are for yet another victory.
Yeah, Lendl Simmons started this game just 57 runs away from Chris Gale, who stands at the top of the log as the highest run scorer in CPL history. He has 38 to his name. So he's not too far away from being the most prolific run scorer in the history of Hero CPL.
Top edge and safe. Flies all the way for a Hero maximum. Fortune following Simmons.
Yeah, another short delivery from Andrew Russell. And this time fortuitous. For Lendl Simmons, fortune favors the brave. Good muscular swing top edge flies away. His second hero maximum of the innings moves on to 44 and inches closer to that landmark. So just 13 away now, Lindell Simmons, from that most runs scored.
Trying to follow Lindell Simmons. Give a hint of moving to leg. Tallahwas showing inconsistency with the bat, as we've seen this year's Hero CPL. There you go. Lindell Simmons second on that list of most runs in Hero CPL. Chris Gale. That's overall CPL since the start in 2013. Johnson Charles, Kieron Pollard on that list. All these players would have started playing Hero CPL since 2013 and would have featured in every year. Andre Fletcher of St. Lucia Zooks. The Zooks will be in action in the second semi-final up against the Warriors.
And Lindell Simmons would have played for a few teams throughout this tournament. St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots, Guyana Amazon Warriors, of course now the Trinidad Night Riders. Another short delivery from Andrew Russell. This time he misses. Just 21 needed from 44 deliveries and a dominating performance from the Night Riders, as we've seen from them throughout the season. Of course, last year, I'm sure many of you remember, the Guyana Amazon Warriors won all of their matches, their league matches, and then fell at the final hurdle. Trinidad Night Riders fans will not want history to repeat itself.
Change in the field. Long on in place. Third man comes into the 30-yard circle. Sweetly timed by Simmons. Very good work in the outfield. And Kuma Bonner diving away to his right.
And I like this. I like this commitment. Yes, you're behind, but you don't give up. You don't throw in the towel. It's never over until it's over. And that's the attitude every single one of these players should have on the field, even with just 19 required.
$90 for 1.
Andrew Russell would have been disappointed with that dismissal earlier on.
Second semi-final. Should be exciting. The Warriors up against St. Lucia Zooks. And the second time the Zooks getting into the top 4 in Hero CPL's history. 2016 was the first time the Zooks got into that top 4. And Sammy has meshed together a very formidable unit. Simmons on 47.
Not the best of starts in Hero CPL 2020 for Lindell Simmons, but he's come good at the right time. 96 a couple of matches ago, and leading his team to victory here in the semi-final. It's not so much about how you start the tournament. As we've heard so many times, it's about how you finish. And if you can finish this not out and then in the final get another big score, that would be brilliant.
Simmons eyeing up his 18 to 50 plus scores in Hero CPL's history. Currently joint with Christopher Henry Gale in terms of scores, 50 plus. Sweetly timed. Such an elegant offside player, Tian Webster.
Yeah, inside out, he really favors that region, doesn't he? And a nice flow of the bat from him. Not many of our West Indian players score as freely as he does through that offside. So it's a good sign for him.
Rotational strike. Partnership 82 from 78. We didn't see when the tallahwas batting significant partnerships. Of course, I mentioned Simmons, with his batting, 97 for 1. Simmons on 49. One away from going past Christopher Henry Gale in terms of 50 plus scores in Hero CPL.
Just 8 away in terms of getting the highest aggregate in CPL history. Carlos Brathwaite into the attack for the Jamaica Tallahwas. With just 11 runs needed.
Beautiful timing. 50 up to Lyndon Simmons. Very businesslike in his approach in this innings. He'll feel pleased with this one.
Brings up the 100 as well, but this one was really pleasing on the eye. Elegant and graceful from the Trinidad Knight Riders opening batsman to bring up his 50, bring up that landmark. Nice and controlled, timing, placement. Really perfect in that shot there. This one again, muscle to the one side, straight to the fielder, however. So just a single. Just one shot away from victory here. Look at the appreciation from his teammates and the genuine love that they share for each other for their successes.
It's been an outstanding, very, very clinical performance. They look so businesslike. TKR, that is, and this is not the stop at the end of their tour. They know that this is about hands on trophy. This will be their 4th visit to the finals of Hero CPL. They've won the previous 3. A lot of what they're doing reflects the leadership of the team. say how impressed I am. I think you described, yeah, there's Dwayne Bravo Sr., but if you go to one of the youngest members, and what Kieron Webster is doing, and all those finals, 2015, 17, and 18, one is the Red Steel and this TKR. Scores a level, and off of the bat of Kieron Webster. He likes this tallahwas lineup.
And he peppers that outside once again, this time over mid-off. This is what you want to see from these young players, taking the responsibility and carrying their team over the line, not just be contented with a 30 or 35. So absolutely brilliant for Kieron Webster as well as Linda Simmons. And that graphic that we saw a little bit earlier, two things stands out for me, Bish. Trinidad Knight Riders 100% record once they get to finals, and the other one, the 100% record for the Guyana Amazon Warriors in not making it over the final.
The Trinidad Knight Riders head to the final of Hero CPL 2020. A commanding, clinical, and professional performance by Kieron Pollard's men. And each year it means so much. Victory by 9 wickets here at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy in South Trinidad.
And I can add one more adjective to that, merciless. They've really been ruthless in this match. They've demonstrated their superiority over the opposition, and they go 11 from 11. And it really pleases their management team and all of the players and all of Trinidad and Tobago as well. This is the final rights from Kieron Webster. Absolutely drilled that one. Look at that, almost took out his teammate with his helmet off because of the heat. And genuine joy and appreciation from all involved. What a moment for Kieron Webster, hitting the winning runs for your team. You're not going to get that regularly as a top order batsman. So enjoy this moment.
And for the Tallahwas, it brings to an end a disappointing campaign. On paper, to have only won 3 games this tournament with that lineup, while it has its shortcomings, and we've spoken about it, that has got to hurt them. It's hot out there, but Alex Jordan is there to keep it cool.
It is boiling hot, and what a moment for TKR, what a moment for the young Kieron Webster. Tell me what you're feeling right now.
Very happy, very happy. No words can explain right now. Very happy with the finals. That's what's to carry on and finish through.
You seem really comfortable playing some classy shots, man.
Only I think the wicket is a good one. I mean, batting with Linda, honestly, I don't feel any pressure. So he keep talking to me and telling me keep my head on and stay calm. So yeah, no pressure, good pitch.
What about that winning moment? Talk to me about that winning moment.
I went there to the last ball, one and asked Lindell, should I go over the top? Should I bungee or single? And I was like, don't answer me, I'm going to go over the top. So yeah, he pitched the ball up nice and I just played a great cricket shot.
You asked him not to answer you, but you nearly took off his head.
Yeah. So.
All right, let's talk to Lendl Simmons, the man of the hour. Lendl, we saw what it meant to you out there. Explain it in words.
Yeah, I mean, getting to the semi-final, we still have to cross the hurdle. We played a good cricket game. Must commend our bowlers for bowling well on top. Small total, didn't take it lightly, and went out there and we finished the game.
What about those winning runs? They almost took you out.
Yeah, he asked me after finish game. I told him yes, finish it.
DJ Bravo showing his appreciation.
Yeah.
Lendl Simmons, for you particularly, you've had some ups and downs. How does it feel for your personal form to do it on this big day?
I mean, it was a rough tournament for me. I got 1 score to the whole tournament. Today, finishing this game meant a lot to me. 1 more game to go. And if I could have an impact in the final, it would be very good as well.
I don't know if you're a superstitious man, but 111 for 1, all the ones, that's a master number. Was it in the fates?
111, I know about that. Trust me.
Congratulations, Lendl Simmons.
Thank you.
Great to hear from the guys. Brilliant sunshine.
Absolute domination from the Knight Riders, 54 unbeaten. From Linda Simmons, 44 unbeaten. From Tian Webster, and that partnership just shy of 100, 97 between the two. After the fall of the early wicket of Sunil Narayan, the bowling, well, just Mujib picking up a wicket. The others would have tried, but it was all about the TKR's batting dominance, overall dominance in this match, actually.
The guy that you don't want to forget, well, we can't forget him, Akeem Hussain. Brilliant. 3 wickets for 14 runs. He's an outstanding young cricketer. Had a really good first-class season, and I do feel that the microscope needs to be upon him for further honours as we go forward. Knight Riders winning by 9 wickets. Yeah, finish it off. Lendl Simmons showing his wares, his experience, and Tion Webster showing his skill, fulfilling his promise in this game. Digicel highlights bundle, chasing that 108 for victory, starting off with Simmons and Tion Webster. Really good touch, good classy stroke play. Sorry, starting with Simmons and Narayan. Narayan was the first to go.
Yeah, good delivery from Mujib. And they felt at that point that maybe, just maybe, they were in for something spectacular. But Tion Webster joined Linda Simmons and he was brutal through the offside in particular. Good bit of timing and placement. Fortuitous at times, but they were really intent on being there at the very end. These two saw that concentration, and from Linda Simmons in particular. And anything that was presented to them, they were able to counter it, control and measured when they needed to be, and attacked when the opportunity presented itself.
I think they've made Webster and Simmons made this pitch look a little bit easier than it really is. There has been something in it for the slow men, but such was the excellence of the stroke play, the wrist work. Dhoni-like from Simmons. And more than just winning the semi-final number 1, the way that they've won it, 9-wicket win. With an elder statesman in Simmons and a junior in Tion Webster, seeing it through speaks volumes for this TKR unit.
Again over the top through the offside, Tion Webster. And that was the winning moment. The winning runs for the Trinidad Knight Riders, taking them over the line and into that all-important final in a couple of days' time.
11 straight. Starting off here at the Academy against the Warriors by 4 wickets, dominant by 7. And so much of what they did, apart from against the Tridents, by just 2 wickets. And Kieron Pollard ripped the heart out of the Tridents with that magnificent knock. It's been dominant, but this is just a pit stop, this semi-final, on the road to the final destination. Remember the Amazon Warriors last year? The cautionary tale about winning when it matters most. The TKR won the toss. If you just joined us and asked the Tallahwas to bat first, restricted to 107 for 7. Rough decision for Andre Russell. We can't forget that. That's a caveat to this innings. And TKR romping home, 111 for 1, winning by 9 wickets. Magnificent facility, great weather. TKR fans are proud. Let's go to Alex.
Thank you, Ian Bishop. I'm here with the gentleman of the moment. First up with the hero, moment of the match, Carey Pierre, for his on ball that took out Glenn Phillips. Congratulations, Carey Pierre. And the man of the match, the man of the moment, his spin twin, Akil Hossein. Congratulations, 3 for 14, extraordinary numbers. Now, Kieron Pollard, your captain, you have a strong and close relationship with him. You were underneath him at the Barbados Tridents. He put his faith in you, despite other bowlers bowling as well. How does it feel to repay that faith?
It's a great feeling. Thanks to the Almighty, first of all, for having me here today. And yeah, it's a great feeling just to be out there, to be able to give 100% for my team and to just go out and perform as well as I did today.
Well, you seem to like the surface. What was it like with the new ball?
It was fun to bowl on. I was getting the ball to swing and spin as well. So it was just about executing and hitting the right areas.
Akil, for you personally, you're a pretty young cricketer. This is a big moment match. How does it feel to come big yourself?
It's a great feeling. I've been sitting in my room. I've been telling myself I've been doing pretty decent so far. And all I need to really top it off is a man of the match performance. And I'm really glad that I can do that today.
All right. Well, one more word, because obviously you've represented very well for the franchise of TKR, for the Twin Island Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, but also for the people of Laventille in your community.
Yes, it's a great feeling to be standing here today. A lot of negative things have been said about that particular area. I'm not going to say it's the most pleasant area, but it just goes to show that there are people who can come out of that area and do well for themselves. And I hope that they can reach out and still give a hand and help these people in these sort of areas.
Akil Hossein, congratulations. You are the BIP man of the match.
Thank you very much.
Doubleheader day, we'll take a break, and when we come back shortly, we'll hear from the captains.